The Chargers are powerful cars, and for some reason they always seem to end up in the hands of the people making the worst possible decisions. From running from cops to causing chaos on the road, they show up in situations you just can't ignore. Now let's see how these Chargers actually do when they go up against police officers. A stolen Charger, two teenagers, and a police helicopter already above them. And somehow they still thought running through LA traffic was a good idea.
Okay, LAPD 3 on the black northbound Figueroa approaching Olympic.
This whole thing is already being tracked from the air, and as soon as units got behind them, it turns into a full chase.
Olympic from Figueroa. Units be advised, you took this route earlier, it's possibly going to get back on the 110 south. Under the 110, stand by.
Westbound Olympic under the 110.
We're going to be northbound 1 west of the 110. Stand by for direction here. He's probably going to get back on the 110 south.
Northbound 1 over the 110.
They start pushing high speeds, jumping between freeways and city streets, trying to lose something they can't even outrun. With the helicopter watching every move, there is really no hiding.
5-3 still is.
That's firm. Still in it. Well, if it's quick.
Traffic is going to be light, about 80 to 90 miles an hour.
Air light traffic 80 to 90.
Tree off.
Southbound 110 at Century.
At Century from the 110.
Exiting the 110.
Take southbound on Grand from Century to 108.
Clear left.
Air 3
Yeah,
southbound
clear lanes for me, okay?
108.
Clear lanes for me.
Forward speed of traffic.
Officers stay with them and wait for the right moment, then go for a clean pit maneuver, bringing the car to the stop at the intersection.
Go with the speed, the first 111.
It's going to be a
Move to your hands! In the car! Knock it out! Open the doors!
Roll down the window! How many people are in the car?
Can open it, yeah! All right, face the car. Face the car.
Step back of me, step back of me. Step backwards, step backwards.
Both suspects are taken into custody without any further incident. Later on, when the car is checked at the tow yard, officers find a loaded Glock 48 inside with a 14 rounds magazine. So now, it's not just a stolen car anymore, it turns into evading, warrants, and a firearm in the vehicle. Trying to outrun police is already a bad idea. Doing it while being watched from above the entire time just makes it worse. This is one of those clips where the officer already knows something's off before the stop even begins. The car had a history of running, so you can kind of guess where this is going.
Our final stop is going to be the Sonic on Crumway.
He tries to pull over a Dodge Charger with expired tags, and instead of stopping, the driver starts circling through a parking lot, like he's looking for a way out. They hit him once with a tactical move, spin him around, and you'd think that's it. But no. He's still on the gas, tires spinning, trying to force his way out.
Get on your stomach! Shut the fuck down! Shut the fuck up! Man, shut the fuck up! Hey, I don't work for Alexander PD, do I, bitch? Nope, you learned today, huh? Learned today. The state police is now Alexander PD. Ain't that right?
And the craziest part, all of this started because of expired tags, turning something small into a full pursuit like this. It just never ends well.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so this one starts off as a simple speeding stop, nothing crazy at first, but just watch how fast it turns into a full-blown pursuit. The trooper clocks this Dodge Charger doing 83 in a 65 mph zone, pulls him over, and at this point, it looks completely normal.
Trooper Evans, Arkansas State Police, resume out with you for your speed. Got you at 83 miles per hour when you're coming at me. Have your license, registration, proof of insurance? You have any firearms inside the vehicle?
But then you can already tell something's off. The officer smells marijuana coming from the car and starts asking questions. And the driver just straight up denies everything.
Go ahead and turn your car off for me. Step back here to my car.
Here is where it gets bad. The moment the officer steps away, the driver restarts the car and takes off mid-stop. And from there, it just escalates instantly. Speeds jump to over 140 miles per hour, and he's waving through the traffic like it's empty road. No control, no concern, nothing. Troopers step in and perform a tactical hit, spinning the car, but even after that he's still trying to get away, which honestly makes no sense at this point. They box him in from the both sides and shut it down, and right before getting caught, he throws a bag out of the window, which already tells you what's coming next.
You understand? You fucking move, you get shot! Get on the fucking ground! Put your hands on the ground.
Officers recover it and find around 90 grams of marijuana and even a digital scale inside the car. And that's the crazy part. This all started from doing 83 in a 65 mph zone. Instead of just taking the ticket, he turned it into 140-mile-per-hour chase with multiple charges. Just a bad decision from start to finish. Now let's watch chase from a famous Arkansas trooper, Jacob Bird, when he got a call about 3 speeding Dodge Chargers down the road. He immediately jumped into action, and if you watched his videos before, you already know how this usually ends. His chases don't last long, he shuts them down almost immediately.
Okay. Go ahead and show me 1037 with that white one. We are going west on 65th. West on 65th from University. Speed's over 100. Still west on 65th. Speed's over 100, still west. There's a gate at the end of this, and he's coming back out of it. I'll just stay with my car so it's his.
After the impact destroyed the car, Jacob Bird still went after the driver on foot. That just shows how dedicated he is when it comes to catching drivers trying to escape.
Straight up! Show your hands now! One occupant. Turn the car off. Hurry up. So you're coming straight out here to the car. Shut the door and come straight ahead. Lay down. Lay down. Hands behind your back. Hurry up. Hey, grab him. Okay, lay right there. Yeah. Is it still on fire?
If he knew Jacob Bird was after him, he probably wouldn't even try to run. Now he's left with a destroyed car and a cold night sitting in a cell.
Fire department. It had a small fire in the dash. I got most of it out. You never know.
You can never win a race when one of the Chargers has the right to pit you and put you into wall without consequences. This clip proves exactly that.
Give me a 20, you're ready to shopping pit, not go through.
In the end, the suspect was taken into custody, facing multiple drug charges along with fleeing. And honestly, this was over before it even really began. The moment he decided to run, it was already a losing situation, and reaching for a loaded weapon on top of that, it only made things worse. Just a reminder that trying to escape almost always turns a bad situation into something much bigger. Imagine stealing from Walmart, then thinking a Dodge Charger with the fake plates is gonna save you from state troopers. He even pulls over like he's about to cooperate and then just changes his mind and floors it like it was good plan. Yeah, this is not going to end well. At one point, he completely loses control, spins out, hits a guardrail, and you'd think that's where it ends. But no, the trooper comes in right after and finishes it, hitting the car and shutting it down for good. And even then, he's not done. He jumps out and runs straight into the woods like it's somehow a better idea.
Left black bell ran off in the woods. We got past you.
It doesn't take long before he's caught, and now instead of simple theft situation, he's facing felony fleeing, damage, and a whole list of charges. All of that over Walmart. Just not worth it.
Ran this way. We're right here on the exit ramp of